This short video is a visual, conceptual, and compositional breakdown of a work of art by SEDGWICK entitled, The Alchemical Divination of Soul Synthesis. We are pleased to present this material to you, and we would now like to describe the events taking place. This piece depicts a ritual taking place in which the soul, or sum total of experiential information, is transferred through a poplar seedling and rematerialized into human form. The surrounding poplar trees are a representation of the great collection of disembodied souls' experiences. The augurs, or as some would call, adepts, are standing inside a magical circle from where they conduct the ritual. They are reading the magical rites from sacred scripts that they have prepared just for this ritual alone. The seedling poplar tree in the center represents the single soul experience that the adepts are rematerializing through their divine ritual. The poplar seedling is burning as this ritual is commencing because the soul is leaving it and taking human shape. The poplar was chosen because its species is the first in which the genome sequence was fully identified and translated. In scientific practice, this would lend itself more readily to potential genetic engineering. We would now like to focus on the central figure. The central figure is shown rising above the ground as the small seedling beneath him is being burned. When the seedling is fully burned, the central figure will return to the ground. A poplar leaf is embroidered on his chest, signifying where his soul transferred from in this lifetime. The halo around him represents his connection to the divine and spirit worlds as the ritual is taking place. The halo is visually split into the shape of a cross, which is a sacred symbol for many of the world's religions, and in this instance represents a crossroads between two worlds, that of the spirit and that of the physical. On each end of the cross are four symbols accompanied by arrow-like marks representing the divine flow of energy. The symbol on the top of the halo represents the Schrödinger equation, a wave function equation. The symbol on the right side is a mathematical symbol for wave. The symbol on the left side is the symbol for phi, which is the golden ratio, upon which the canvas proportions are constructed. The bottom symbol over the man's heart is the poplar leaf. The poplar leaf resides over the heart as a representation both of the heart being the giver of life to the man, and of the heart being given by the seedling that was burned. Its energy spike is centering upward visually through the spine and towards the head. The phi symbol, which is located on the left side, represents the continuum of life and death, as it is an infinitely repeating ratio that, when appearing in nature, makes symmetry and beauty. Its energy spike is centering towards the head and mind as the acceptance of this continuum of life and eventual death is infused into the new life. The wave symbol, which is located on the right side, represents the specific wave vibration into which the soul experience has rematerialized for this new life. Its energy spike is centering towards the mind and head as the physical body is fully materializing and deciding which vibrational level to inhabit in this new life. The Schrödinger symbol, which is located on the top, represents the ability of the soul or experience to re-enter the spirit world through its journey in this current body. The energy spike is centering inward towards the head and mind so that the mind is filled with the knowledge that it once was a spirit and in different form, and so has the ability to return to that space or form once again. We would now like to describe the surrounding figures and vegetation. The poplar trees and surrounding vegetation in the foreground are compositionally creating a circle around the whole ritual, visually encapsulating the divine work. This creates a pentagon inside a circle, which is an ancient religious symbol used by many cultures. The composition takes this form when fully broken down, which can be seen in the orange shapes overlaid on the image. The six figures surrounding the central figure are compositionally shown inside a pentagon, which is the first self-repeating polygon showing the properties of phi. This is representative of their tapping into the infinite continuum of life and death, start and end, alpha and omega, disintegration of form and rematerialization. We would now like to move on to the seedling. The seedling poplar tree in the center represents the single soul or experience that the adepts are rematerializing through their divine ritual. The poplar seedling burns as this ritual commences as the soul leaves and takes human shape. The poplar was chosen because its species is the first in which the genome sequence was fully identified and translated. In scientific practice, This would lend itself more readily to potential genetic engineering. 12 rocks and sticks encircle the seedling, representing the zodiac with the poplar as the center or sun releasing its energy in this ritual. We would now like to look at the composition as a whole. All the symbols have meaning in the composition as explained above, but when read from bottom to top, the composition communicates an additional meaning. At the base or the ground is the rocks, sand, and dirt. They represent the basal form of physical earth matter, while the seedling represents the basal, replicating form of physical matter, where the spirit can dwell. The augurs crouching are reading not from scripts but from the earth's energy and sending it up toward the central figure. As the eye moves up the composition, the base of the feet and non-essential extremities of man's physical form encapsulate the basal pentagonal shape that represents the ability for spirit to take form infinitely from body to body. Further up or visually in the triangular shape or top of the star, the top half of the central figure's body with all his vital organs and functioning parts is at the level at which the other augurs are conducting their ritual and also at which the horizon splits the painting, thereby representing a visual metaphor for the veil between physical and spiritual worlds. At the top of the composition, the man's head is encircled in a halo that is imposed on a star, representing the divine, the link to the spirit world at which all spiritual work is being done in this ritual. Thank you for taking the time to watch this short video. We hope it was pleasing to you.